Hello, everybody. I am Andrew Clark, and this is my science project. Anyways, first up is melting. That is the change from a solid to a liquid when thermal energy is like increasified. So, here is melting. Whoa! Whoa, melting. Okay, next up is sublimation. That is the transformation from this beautiful snow into water vapor. More specifically, solid into gas. Now, this is an increase in thermal energy. Magical. Okay, so you see all this water here? This beautiful, beautiful water? At this very moment, some of it is evaporating up into the sky, turning into water vapor. That is called evaporation. Now, evaporation is an increase in thermal energy, just like sublimation. Not exactly like sublimation, but you know. Yeah. Condensation is when water vapor from the air turns into water or whatever. So, yes. It doesn't happen super speed, light warp time speed. It's not so quick. But if it was that fast, you'd have your water vapor and it just like, bam, water. So, yeah. Okay, so deposition, cool word. And what it means is when water vapor turns into a solid. Now, it doesn't turn into a solid like warp speed, like I said before, but if it did, like I've said before, this is what it would look like. Bam. Now that's freezing. The word freezing is commonly used to describe how cold someone, or if you're really cold, right? But what it actually is when water, liquid, turns into a solid, ice. Now, once again, I'm going to show you this at extreme warp speed. So, like, bam! There you go. This is surface runoff. No, not Sparta, surface runoff. This is water that comes from ice and snow and rain and all that stuff, and it just flows. Nice and pretty, fancy dancy flowage. Behind me is an amazing, amazing display of groundwater. Now, I made this, but, in real life and stuff, not in Minecraft, there would be water flowing underground, right? Groundwater. And this is maybe what it looked like. It probably wouldn't be huge streams like this, but you get the general idea, right? An aquifer. It's a cool word, and what it is loose soil and stone and stuff like that is saturated by water. And it usually starts at streams and seeps through the ground and just turns into an aquifer. Cool. Water table. A water table is part of an aquifer. It is the topmost part of the aquifer that isn't really like the stream or whatever, but it's more the top part of the aquifer that sort of divides the bottom of the stream or the bottom of the lake or the bottom of just a big puddle and the aquifer itself. Look, it's snowing. It's snowing. Well, actually, those are snowballs. But anyways, that is what snow would look like. More specifically, precipitation. Now, real precipitation could be in rain or sleet or snow like I showed you. And it'd be in more area, not just a little circle or whatever. So that is precipitation. This is an ice cap. Not the type you get at Tim Hortons. However delicious they are, that's not scientific. An ice cap is a large sheet of permanent ice, so year round, that covers a large, well, not, it doesn't have to be large, but it's just permanent, right? And so this is an example of an ice cap. Beautiful, large, and icy. This, my good fellow students, is also going to be my example for a polar ice sheet. Now, a polar ice sheet is the north or south is in the north or south pole, and it's just like this huge sheet of ice, right? Now, this isn't as nearly as big as a real polar ice sheet would be, but I have to make do with what I have. Here is a small glacier. It is a river of ice, right? And so here it is beside a river and not the river itself. But that's good enough. So, yep, a glacier is just a big ice thing that moves down a mountainside and is a river of ice. Look at the pretty rose. Isn't that pretty? Well, you see, this rose, at this very moment, is letting water vapor loose into the air in a process called transpiration. Exciting. Here is my swamp. This is where the swamp people live. Well, in all seriousness, a swamp is basically just a body of water with, some plant life, some trees, some bushes, all that good. And here is my marsh. Now, a difference between a swamp and a marsh is that the marsh only has, like waist-high bushes and stuff, and some dirt, and there's no trees or anything beautiful and pretty such as that. Hey, look, it's Jimmy and George the cactus in my little desert. Most deserts aren't little, they're huge, but this desert is. And a desert is a little, well, not a little, it's an area with sand. Sometimes there can be snow deserts, just, what you see in the movies with little water, no, or maybe even no water. This is a basin. It is a crevice in the side of a mountain, or in my case, a wannabe mountain, that is just filled with water. And this is cool. This is an estuary. It is where a whole bunch of rivers and lakes and all that beautiful stuff meets into one area and then goes into the ocean, where brackish water is created. It is sort of the in-between stage between salt water and fresh water. Let's throw a snowball at the cute little sheep. Let's throw more snowballs at the cute little sheep. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's getting dark out, so it's nap time. Yeah.